Coming up on Look Today, well, Governor Cuomo proposed a loan forgiveness program for recent college graduates. How will it help? Well, I've got the details. Plus, Lake George Village keeps an eye on road salt use. And the cleanup of PCBs at a Fort Edward grocery site is completed. And it's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Marty Vonnegs. He's the president of the Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership, and he's going to tell us about their work to create economic growth in Saratoga County. And we'll talk with Jim Amell. He's the director of Marvin & Company about the rise in interest rates. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Governor Cuomo presented a new loan relief plan for recent college graduates. Now, it's known as the Get On Your Feet Loan Forgiveness Program. It offers up to 2 years of student debt loan relief. Now, applications are now being accepted. In order to receive this aid, you must be graduated from a college in New York State after 2014 and make less than $50,000 annually. Well, individuals must also be residents of New York State and participants of the federal pay-as-you-earn plan. Now, this new program is intended to revitalize New York's economy. It's also expected to grow and eventually pay off debt for, catch this, 24,000 graduates each year. Changing from news to weather. It is frigid out there, so let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For the latest, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. And back to the news. Well, Lake George Village has taken steps to monitor their road salt use more closely. Equipment has been installed on 2 village salt trucks to measure the salt application rates. Now, once data is collected, the village will have a baseline and can assess how to cut back on road salt use. Lake George Village will also be using smart plows this winter. They adhere better to the roads for snow removal. Some plows even have cameras to show exact conditions of roads in hopes of preventing oversalting. Now, as important as it is to have safe roads, the village also wants to keep high-quality drinking water from Lake George a priority. The smart plows and salt measuring devices are paid for by the Lake George Fund, now which will also save the village money each winter in the long run. In other news, cleanup of PCBs in the soil at Fort Edward's former Grand Union supermarket is now complete. More than 1,000 tons of contaminated soil was sent to a secure landfill, and another 2,500 tons were treated to remove contamination. The treated soil will be reused at the site, which will be transformed into a price chopper Market 32. Now that the PCBs have been removed from the soil, the construction can begin. Now, by the way, the cost of the cleanup project was previously estimated to be $15 million and is now being estimated at only $1.9 million. Now, that doesn't include construction of the new supermarket. The new price chopper Market 32 is expected to create 100 jobs and definitely spark city growth. Also in the news, staff at Hadley Luzerne Schools will receive special training for dealing with disruptive students. The local district is working with Cornell University to provide crisis intervention services. 4 staff members per week will receive this training in early February and then train their colleagues upon their return. The program affects grades K through 12 and is meant to show teachers how to de-escalate situations and remove students from the classroom if necessary. Well, the overall goal with this training is to keep the staff safe at all times and minimize any disruptions in the school day. Many other high schools in our region will also be participating in this program. Still to come, we got an interview with Marty Vonnegs. He's the president of Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership, where we're going to talk about economic growth in Saratoga County. And as a sidebar, we've gotten a lot of calls and emails about my interview with Jim Amell. He's the director of Marvin & Company, about how the rise in interest rates will affect our region. So we're going to re-air that interview later in the show as well. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, or join us for an interview, give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.